Welcome back to That Handicapping Show. I'm Claire Novak, joined today by Tom LaMarra, and we are going to take a look at the $300,000 Barbara Fritchie Handicap, Grade 2 at Laurel Park, 7 furlongs for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. We have a high-weight shipper coming in here who will be the likely favorite from the barn of trainer Jerry Hollendorfer, and that is Sam's sister. We also have some pretty good local horses and a couple New York shippers, and makes for an interesting race for the female sprinters. So Tom, what do you think about Sam's sister? She comes in here after winning the Santa Monica, and she won the La Brea, which is a Grade 1, so 2 in a row for her. She's actually only ever been defeated in 1 start.
Yeah, she's by far the most accomplished here in graded stakes company as far as wins go. And, you know, she's a come-from-behind horse, and there is some speed in here. So, you know, I think it's one of these things where it's really like a no-excuse race for her, I guess. I'm not picking her on top, though, and quite frankly, I hope she's 3 to 5, personally. But, you know, the jockey comes in from California to ride her for Hollendorfer, and she's won her last 2 races at this distance. Of course, only drawback is she's never raced at Laurel.
Well, she's never raced anywhere besides California.
And, you know, I think Laurel is an extremely fair racetrack, and according to the weather forecast, which in that region can always be a little bit dicey. It's supposed to be high around 40 on Saturday with some snow later in the day. So I think the track will be fast and they'll race that day. Sam's sister, who you will probably pick on top, I'm sure. You know, she drew post 10, so she should be well placed. However, Lady Sibylla, who is a really good local filly, drew post 9 for Robin Graham. And Horacio Caramanos, again, riding as usual. She's 5 for 10 at Laurel with 2 seconds and 2/3. This is a pretty big class test for her, but what I like about her is this. She's well placed outside. She can race on the lead, or she can come from just off the pace. And I think that is the perfect scenario here. And in light of the move up to Grade 2 company, I think she'll actually be a decent price in here. She may be the second choice at 5 to 2, at least that's what I'm hoping for. And the way that I'm going to play this race is, this week anyway, is just a straight bet on Lady Sibylla.
All right, well, in the brisk speed categories that we do have here, she actually tops 4 of those categories. She has great back speed, her average class in her past 3 races. She's the best horse in the field with that, her prime power and her early pace in the last race. So she's topping a lot of those categories, even above the California shipper. And it is interesting to note, like you said, her success over the track. Now, she does go back to 7 furlongs, which she has not raced at for quite some time, but she did win at the distance 2 Novembers ago, November 2013, early on in her career. So we know she can handle the distance, and like you said, it's nice to see her be able to rate just off the pace or go to the early lead, depending on what the scenario requires. I'm also going to take a look at Princess Violet, who comes in here for Mike Hushen, the New York filly, and she has run quite well in her career. Very interesting move with her in that she was running in maiden company, broke her maiden at second asking, came back and won an allowance by 5.5 lengths, and they went ahead and put her in the Mother Goose, where she ran second to Untappable. So we know that they have high regard for this filly, and she also has been pointing for this race, the trainer said, for the past 3 months. So comes in here off a second by a nose in the Gopher Wand on November 28th, so a little bit of a layup there, but I think she should hit the board.
Yeah, she has shown speed in the past. Lately, she's come from off the pace, and that could be a little bit tricky with the 1 hole in a 7 furlong race. I generally shy away from inside posts in these races, but if she's able to drop back and then rally, you know, she has the class. And then, of course, we have a couple horses in here from Florida, Toasting and Best Behavior, who was claimed in August and has since won a stakes and ran second in 2 stakes. And I think she's going to be probably on the lead or very close to it. And for those of you who play pick 3s and pick 4s, Best Behavior would be one horse that I would use in those wagers from this race, along with Lady Sibylla and Sam's sister.
All right, well, it's a little bit of a quiet weekend of racing. The El Camino Real Derby is going on, but other than that, just a couple of stakes from Oaklawn, from Gulfstream. Make sure you check out the Essex Handicap, which will feature Preakness runner-up Ride on Curlin from Oaklawn. That's around 6 p.m. And you can follow all of our coverage at bloodhorse.com. As always, we want to thank Briss for the PPs. Thank you for watching that handicapping show.